Oh,
Welcome, welcome.
oh, sorry. I'm producing tonight, so this is new for me.
No worries. Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the best number one all female show on our Fuel Sports Network. I am Amber. That right there next to me is Amanda. We are the A team. RC's not going to be joining us today. She's taking care of business in the world of RC. So we're going to be taking over and hopefully everything will go well. Yeah.
It will, I promise.
How's
I
your week
promise.
been?
Good,
Yeah.
good. Busy. It goes by
Wonderful.
fast. What about you?
Man, you are not kidding on that one. I'll tell you, it feels like just yesterday I was at that showcase in Houston and
Hmm.
got to meet quite a few good players, and got to speak to the coach and the staff about some of the stuff that's going on. And one in particular definitely stood out to the point that his father came and spoke with me about him, and he's a remarkable young man. I had the pleasure of meeting him at the showcase and am fortunate enough to have been contacted via social media. It was the first time I was ever tagged on anything. So I reached out immediately and requested an interview. And this young man is phenomenal. The name, I hope I'm saying this right. Trajan. I don't know. We'll find out in a second. Mr. Anderson Watts. He's a 23-year-old football player from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and he played D2 CSC Conference College for Mississippi for 2 years. And before that, he was in JUCO ball, which for East Central Community College and Kahoma Community College. Of course, the goal, as always, is to make the big main stage of the NFL. And one great path of going that way is through us, the UFL. So we're looking forward to seeing how well he's going to be going. He's been playing football since he was 7, and he's going to be joining us here shortly to tell us all about it. Hopefully, we can get some insight on the post process and see if maybe we can see him in the future in the UFL. What do you think?
I love it. And speaking of that, I can see the handsome man backstage right now.
Man,
So if we would like to bring him in, Amber, you
he,
want to take one more
he,
shot at his name before I bring him in here?
man, I'm going with Mr. Anderson Watts until I'm told otherwise.
All right. On that note, everybody, here he is.
Hey,
Hello.
Welcome.
hey, how you doing?
We're doing well. Now, come on. First question, please tell us, how do you pronounce your name properly?
Trajan Anderson Watts.
Trajan. See, I did have it right. I
You
was, I
did.
was, I was hoping for it. So,
Hmm.
Mr. Watts, give us a little bit of insight on some of the history that you've got along with the showcase. How'd you feel about that?
I feel very good about the showcase. I feel like everything that I worked on, I prepared myself for it. So everything just was smooth when I got to the showcase. I wasn't really worried about anything because, like I said, I put the work in. So I just wanted to show up and show what I could do in front of the coaches and the scouts.
Well, I wanted to ask you, coming from Mississippi College, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, coming from Mississippi College, were you where you had some very good success? I would sit here and go over your stats, right? Played 11 games, collected 17 solo tackles with 20 total tackles on the season with 5 pass breakups. Very impressive, I must say. What would it mean to you to play for the UFL?
It would mean a lot for me to play for the UFL just for the simple fact I could use that as a stepping stone to reach my ultimate goal, which is the NFL. And
Mhm.
plus, just reaching the UFL will give me another opportunity as they have created for the UFL because I think 50 players already got signed going to the NFL this season. So I feel like if I can get into the UFL, I can show what I can do, and my ultimate goal, reaching the NFL, will come true. And I have no problem using the UFL as a stepping stone to that, and I'll be grateful for the opportunity, of course.
It's great.
Amazing as always.
Mhm.
When I tell you his dad had nothing but absolute positive things to say. The irony behind all of this is my husband and I, Mr. Predator and myself, we were kind of there on the scene, kind of scouting along with and looking at the players and seeing who engages with the fans, who interacts. We took some random videos along the side to see who would take notice, and we actually got to provide that feedback. One of the first players was Trajan himself, and his dad was phenomenal in talking him up. He noticed how we were just kind of, we didn't know the names. We only were able to see the numbers. And so when we saw the skill set, he heard the number and was like, "Yeah, that's my son." And I was like, "Shut the front door. This is awesome." And I was like, "Man, he is on point. Hands, feet, the speed, the agility to stop and turn on a dime was amazing." And despite the weather, he stood out to the point that we had a couple of the higher ups even come to us going, "So what do y'all think about this guy?" And I was like, "Yeah, would love to see him with us. If not with us, then of course another team."
Yes,
And
ma'am.
with the way the Roughnecks are clearing house, Trajan, how comfortable do you think you are with getting in there?
I really just give that all to God. I just put my faith in God and I just do my part. I control what I can control, and the rest of it I just give it to him. But if it's in God's plans, I love to come to Houston and play for the Roughnecks or any other team that will have me in the UFL. It'll truly be a blessing.
For sure, for sure.
What would you say you've learned from the coaches throughout your, the years of playing football? Like what things drove you to have that passion for football so much more today than when you first started?
When I first started, of course, you just 7 years old, and your parents put you in football, and you just running around scoring touchdowns. So it's really just fun then. But once you hit that high school level and you figuring out like I could really do this for a long time, it could bring some pressure to you, but it can also bring some confidence, some happiness because you meet a lot of people from a lot of different places. I've been a lot of places, met a lot of good players, a lot of good coaches, and from a coaching standpoint, it's really just having the right coach around you to keep on motivating you to come to practice every day and show up every day for film. Because not every day you're gonna want to watch film for them long hours. Not every day you're gonna want to be in the hot sun, but that's just all what come with a good game of football. And really, I just love the whole process of it.
Right.
That's awesome. And the support system, as always. You mentioned the family. We talked about your dad. Who else is a huge support that pushes you forward in this journey?
Besides my dad, of course, who started me playing football, my mom for sure. She more behind the scenes, and she's more about getting the schoolwork part down. So of course she's there. I'm thankful for her for pushing me to keep my grades up when I was in school and not slack just because I got to do this and got to do that because of football. Because of course you got to get that degree. Um, just cousins, uncles, aunts, just my whole family as a whole. I have a great support system. They been coming to games since I was 7 years old, so I don't have to worry about my support system going anywhere.
Right. What would you say your biggest accomplishment as a player and also in your personal life would be?
In my personal life, well, I'll forever say this is graduating with my bachelor's degree last December from Mississippi College.
The
I'm
only one. The
actually,
only one. Yes.
actually the only male on my dad's side of the family to graduate with that degree. So that was
Oh,
a big accomplishment for me just to get it done, so my little cousins and stuff can see that you can do it. And just on the field wise, really, I really don't go into much of the accolades. I really just want to win. And me playing my best is gonna help my team win. And that's really all I focus on. I just want to win, whether I'm the starting cornerback or I'm starting on special teams. I just want to win, and all the other stuff gonna take care of itself.
hmm.
It sure will. Yes, sir. Well, we're looking at the skill set. We got the brawn. We're speaking on the accolades and the degrees. We got the brains. Obviously, a good-looking young man. Is there anyone special in your life right now, or are you strictly focused on football?
Um, I really don't. I'm gonna say it is, but at the same time, I don't let that get me off focus on anything. it's definitely somewhere in my life that's pushing me and supporting me, having my back. But I always try to keep that dividing in there, so I won't get too focused or get too unfocused on what I have to do with my life. But it's definitely someone supporting me. Someone's there, just keeping my head on straight.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Absolutely. What do you do day to day to train, and what kind of mindset do you have for that training?
I trained. Well, I'm gonna say prior to the showcase, like a month away. I was already training before then, but I train 3 times a day. I wake up in the morning at 7 every morning. I train from 7 to 8, and then I take a little cool down or whatever. Then I train from 9 to 10, and then I have the whole day to rest. And by 5, 6 o'clock, I'll go train again at the field. So all that is some of those weight rooms could be in the morning, some weight room could be in the afternoon, or the field could be in the morning, the field could be in the afternoon. It just all tie into how the day goes. But I try to train at least 3 to 2 times a day, 2 to 3 times a day. I feel like one is just not enough for me to accomplish what I want, and it's millions of other people want what I want, so I got to put the work in too.
So do you
Of
put some
course.
pumped up music on or anything like that? Like, what kind of music do you play to get yourself going?
Honestly, people be surprised, but I listen to a lot of different type of music. I don't just listen to like rap and this and that. I listen to a lot of different type of music. Like I listen to Adele sometimes. Like so, I have a variety of music in my playlist. But I love listening to music though while I'm working. I definitely do. I love listening to music.
I love
Oh,
hearing that. I love that hearing that men listen to Adele to get them in the right mindset to play a sport. I'm sorry, but that takes a man to say it. So I think that's great that you do that.
Yes,
oh
ma'am.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
It
for
really
sure.
background story to that. It just sometimes I like listening to music that'll take my mind away from football. Like it'll take my mind somewhere else, especially before the game starts. I like to listen to music that just take me to another place before the game get kicked off. So
All
that's
right.
where I'm from. I listen to Adele. She calms my mind, I guess.
Mhm.
So back to the brains. Student council. I
Yeah.
saw some of that in there, and some of the charity work that you were involved in while you were doing student council was helping to feed the homeless, backpack and school supply drives for kids. What are some of the other things, if you got to that ultimate level, that you would want to be more passionate about off the field and help the community with?
I would definitely like to pass out turkeys. Like I always wanted to do that in my own communities. Pass out turkeys here in Ross Springs, Mississippi. I always wanted to pass out turkeys, and I always wanted to do a Christmas giveaway, like giving kids Christmas gifts. I always wanted to do that because growing up, I love Christmas. That's one of my favorite holidays. So I
Mhm.
love to make somebody else's day if I can reach that point in my life.
Man, you might have to pass the torch off to dad if you end up playing for the Cowboys in the NFL. They
Ooh,
play every Thanksgiving.
yes, man.
You got to play for the Vikings. Now listen, they
Well,
play
I
on
mean,
Thanksgiving too, so
I was
Yeah,
getting ready to say,
I play anyway.
Mhm.
It don't matter to me.
look, anytime, anywhere, let's go.
I love hearing that any football player will play for any team. They don't even care if it's the worst why.
Don't,
Bring them why.
yes,
Just let's go. That
Yep.
passion.
So what
So,
would
if
you
you were,
Oh, go ahead, Amber.
sorry about that, Amanda. If you were to not have football as a career path, what would it have been?
I believe I'll still be around the game because I just love the game so much, and I don't met so many good people around the game. I definitely be around the game. Like now while I'm at home right now waiting on a UFL call. I'm actually training younger football players right now. So I definitely be around the game, and with my degree, of course, I can go start my coaching degree, of course, get my masters and start my coaching. So that would most likely be what I'd be doing if I didn't have football. And I'm still thankful for all the years that God brought me playing this game of football.
So I'm sure that you have watched, like, for instance, the NFL drafts, right? How they're there with their family and everything like that, right? And while you're sitting there and you're, go to your day-to-day life and you're waiting for that call from the UFL, what would you say to the coaches right now of the UFL that sets you aside from everyone else considering to draft you?
I say to the UFL coaches, my name is Trajan Anderson Watts. Play defensive back, but anything that you ask me to do, I'll play it. Anything you need me to do, I'll do it. I just want to play the game that I love, be a professional in the game that I love, that I dreamed about, and I'm just the type of player. I'm gonna show up every day, do the right things on and off the field. You don't have to worry about me off the field because I know how to handle myself. And when I get in the facility, I'm gonna give my all. That's what I say.
That's great.
Excellent, excellent. So when you are relaxing, what are some of the things that you do to take your mind off of the pressures and the work that comes with football?
I chill with my family most. I'm a very family oriented person. I like watching another sport, which is boxing. I like watching boxing. So if it ain't football, it's boxing. So I watch boxing, and like I said, I listen to music. I love music, and sometimes even ease my mind, I just watch Animal Planet because I love the animals and all that. I like cheetahs and lions and all that. So I just watch Animal Planet.
That's cool, actually. So
Yeah.
on that note, what's your favorite sports movie?
Sports movie. Growing up, it was Friday Night Lights because everybody dream of playing that
Hmm.
Friday. So growing up, I say Friday Night Lights for sure.
And what's your enjoyment that you like to do on your own time?
Enjoyment. Eat really. Love to eat.
That's the guilty pleasure, really?
I love to eat. I say fishing with my pops. Going to breakfast with my mom. Just stuff like that. I ain't really. I'm not really too much of a. I don't really do too much. I really just like normal stuff.
I
I love
love it. I love it.
Yes,
I
man.
love that. Go ahead, Amber.
So if you were to hit the big time, who would you want to be the first to offer you a sponsorship?
Nike. I love
Of course.
I love Nike. Either Nike or Jordan. I love both of them.
I was gonna say, I was wondering if you say Jordan or not.
Just do it.
Either Nike.
Hmm.
Speaking of just do it, I hope these coaches out here are tuning in and listening. If anyone is out there in the comments and would like to ask a question, feel free to throw it into the chat. I know that we've had questions in the past with previous players. So, as always, we're open to it. Let's go. Come on, Amanda, what you got?
So, what is something unique about you that people find interesting that sets you aside from others? And what do you have any hidden talents or anything that you
Uh,
do?
balance.
You're
Uh,
not like a contortionist or anything, are you?
Yeah,
nah,
can you like wiggle your
Like,
eyebrows
you know,
independently?
push your bones all up, do all that stuff.
nah.
Make your ears move?
Do nothing. I don't know. That's a good question. A hidden talent. I have to think about that one.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, while you're thinking about it, Amanda, I'm letting you know this guy with the process that's going and the stress that there's got to be. Have you Trajan, have you received any calls? Are you privy to without giving too much information? Are you able to kind of let us know a little bit of the process after the showcase?
The process after the showcase, they was just like, we're gonna give you a call if we interested, and we'll get you a workout at our facility, or we'll call you, say we want to sign you and stuff like this. And I haven't received a call yet, but I have trust and faith that it's coming because, like I said, I showed up to the showcase and I feel like I did everything smoothly. I was attentive. I was following directions and everything. So I believe everything is gonna work out just fine. And I'm just waiting on the call. And like I said, I'm ready. I'm ready whenever it comes.
That's awesome. I have a feeling it's going to come. How do you handle challenges in your life and how do you use those challenges on the field?
I handle challenges. I believe I handle challenges in my life very well, and that just come from my support system, from my mom and dad, and like they taught me growing up that even when things go wrong, still put your trust and faith in God that everything's gonna get better. The storm don't last always, and his better days are gonna come. So while you in that process, just keep on thanking God for the good and the bad, and just keep pushing.
That's great.
Well, you mentioned the youth. Where would you want to set up a youth camp other than your hometown?
Uh,
If
probably,
you could pick
probably
anywhere.
somewhere in Florida. I love Florida.
Florida, okay.
Florida. I've always loved Florida. I like the weather. I guess the beach. Like it's always something to do in Florida. So I've always loved Florida. So Florida would definitely be another place.
Nice.
Yes, man.
That's awesome. So I know you were talking about your mom and dad a little bit. Who would you say in your life has probably inspired you the most to keep going?
Both of them. Both of them
Yeah.
equal. My dad can also he can meet me halfway on the field type stuff, and my mom can meet me halfway off the field, and they both can interchange. So, and of course, my dad have taught me stuff that a father teaches son throughout life, and my mom has taught me from her perspective. So, I'm thankful to have both of them in my life to teach me what I need to know in my journey.
That's great.
All right. Well, one of the questions we got from a viewer, since you mentioned Florida, they are asking, you're going to love it, Jacksonville, Orlando, or Tampa Bay? Which one would you choose and why?
I would choose Orlando because I done
Orlando.
been to Orlando before. I done been to Disney World. The water beautiful. It's good weather, so I definitely choose Orlando.
Is
Nice.
there a player in the UFL that you've had your eyes on and you
Uh,
watch?
not really. I really ain't had my eyes on no specific player, but I definitely watch how the players play and what I could do and what they looking for because obviously they in the UFL and I'm trying to get there. So why not see what they doing and apply it to my game while I'm working out on the field? But I definitely love San Antonio's the way they defense played last season. I
Yeah.
best defense in the league last year.
Coach Wade is definitely a defensive coach, that's for sure. He's been known for that for decades, and we were absolutely devastated when he moved over to San Antonio. But Coach Johnson, he's cleaning house and getting ready to build up from the very bottom. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, hey coach, if you're out there, I got somebody. You
Man,
know, I'm hoping, man, fingers crossed that they give you a call and let you know because I'm looking forward to seeing you in a Roughnecks jersey. One of the things that does set the UFL apart from the other leagues is the fan interaction. How do you think you're going to handle that as a player? And are there any sorts of discrepancies or issues that you might see that could potentially hinder that process?
I don't think nothing can hinder that process. I'm good with people. I love the fans. Like I said, I love everything that come with football. It's a grind and it may get tough on you mentally and physically, but I love everything that come with football. The fans want autographs. The fans want pictures. I'm down for it. It's okay. I mean, I got time.
Good to
That's
hear. Good to hear.
Yes, man.
So I know you're into track, yeah? So if
Yes,
you weren't into football, you would do track, is that right?
yes, man.
What is it about track that you with football that you like both of them so well?
Just speed, just beating people in a race, just compete. The grind of you working towards something just to beat somebody in a race. And I've been racing since I was younger, so I love to race. I'll race somebody right now if they was like, "Man, you can't beat me in the race," blah blah. But it's all love. I just like to run. I like to race. I like to. If somebody like who the fastest, I'm always say me. So it's just that competitive spirit that both sports bring, and you can tie track into football. You can tie football into track. So it did just go hand in hand. And plus I ran track all through high school, so it just go hand in hand to me.
Nice. Yeah, no doubt you would beat me on speed, but I think I got you with
Ooh.
You
endurance.
you
I
might.
got distance running under my belt, so
I don't think I'm alone with this.
it's a different mindset, that's for sure. Speed over distance, and with that being said, the distance, the endurance. How do you think you compare to some of the other players that have had the endurance of being in here for a few seasons or more?
Um, and compare, you mean like what do you mean by comparing?
Well, I mean, not just the strength, but like the mental tenacity that you have to not only to be in this sport, to play at this level, the next level, the highest level. Do you think that there's a formula that you base it off of, or do you just kind of go with the flow and hope that it's for the best?
I'm the type of guy. I just put in the work. I just put in the work, and I just keep faith, and I just keep going. And as far as like everyone that's on this level, of course, everyone on this level has been that guy in high school. They don't been that guy on their college team. So it's a lot of alpha males. So of course, each level that you have to keep on working harder and put more work in and put more time in, because it's somebody right behind you that's trying to take your spot. It's somebody right behind you that can take your spot and you might not get it back. So it's that constant of like, hey, I got to wake up every day and be on my stuff, or I'm gonna get my job taken, and nobody likes their job taken. So that's just my
Gotcha.
mentality going in, that hey, I got to get up and work every day.
Okay.
Yes, man.
I know that
It,
whole mentality of we're all replaceable is kind of in the world of sports for sure. I feel like.
Yes, man.
Now you're a D back, yeah.
Yes, man.
How would you say that that reflects in your own personal life?
Defensive back is a special group. We the swaggies, we the confident players, we the ones that people say talk a lot of junk here and there, but at DB, it could be one play that'll mess up your whole game. Just like it could be one decision in life that can mess up your whole life. So you have to stay consistent. You have to stay on top of what your assignment is. You have to do everything right. Your eyes got to be in the right place, or you might be out of place to mess up the whole defensive coordinator has put in throughout the week. So as a DB, you have to be consistent and show up every day and do the right things, or everything could be out of whack.
Mm-hmm.
Now with the oh, Chris is saying you're not replaceable at all. And I love that. Thank you so much, Chris.
I
That is
appreciate
absolutely true. You are not replaceable. We want you in here. We want to watch you succeed. We're looking forward to all that you and all of the other players provide to give us the fans the opportunity to just enjoy the game of football.
it.
Now, if you get to the ultimate stage and you could pick one player to team up against, who would be the Kobe to your LeBron, so to speak? Who would be your ultimate matchup and why?
Who will be my ultimate matchup? I love to say all of them, but I would definitely look forward to covering people like Justin Jefferson or CD Lamb, because I know on TV those guys don't put the work in, and I just want to see how it is covering them with them fast cuts and stuff, and see can I keep up, because in my competitive spirit I feel like I can guard anybody. So I would love to cover some guys like that, like Justin Jefferson or CD Lamb, like that.
So you would not let him get to the gritty then, would you?
That's the plan, not to. That's the plan.
Yeah. Break
That's
I
break
like
up that
that
break
gritty
up that
though.
run and then just trash talk a little bit in his ear while y'all going back to the line to line up for the next down, huh?
I mean, I'll let that one slide. No, I'm
Oh, come
kidding.
on. Lamb is awesome.
Mm. So, what would you say your motto is, right? How we all have mottos in life, one thing that we really stand by, the saying
Yeah.
that we like. What would you say your motto is for you?
Do it for my family. That's it. Like when when I'm at practice, when I'm working hard, when I'm on the field playing, it ain't just for me. They also on the field with me because they the ones here don't put the time in with me. They the ones here. They done been here when it's times I done came home and thought I played a bad game. It's times where I done came home and I done played the best game. So they've been through it all, the ups and downs. So it ain't just about me on that field. I'm playing for them too.
Right.
Nice. See, mine is people will do to you what you allow people to do.
Mm-hmm.
Good one too. Yes, man.
I'm just it's phenomenal to sit here and just listen to somebody who's put so much time and passion and energy, and I mean the mentality that it takes, the drive it takes. I appreciate you for it. I
Mm-hmm.
can't imagine
Yes, man.
that you're doing it alone. You know you got the support group, you know you've got the fan base. All we
Mm-hmm.
need is a team and a uniform for you to put on at this point, man. And I really am rooting for you. I really truly am. Did you go to any other showcases besides the Houston?
I just went to the Houston one. Yes, man. I just
Okay.
went to one. Yeah,
My motto is prove them wrong.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
All
love.
right.
It's a
I,
good one.
I done had to prove a lot of people wrong just off the height thing. They be like, "You too small, too short," that type of thing. But I don't worry about that. When we get on the field, I'll show you. That's all I say.
I was going to say, how do you handle that criticism? How do you, I mean, you see it obviously as constructive most of the time, unless them saying you're too short. You can't fix that.
Yes, man.
But how do you handle that criticism when it's given to you?
Before I got into like seeing how the college work, how they look at measurements, how they look at this, look at that. Before it was like, why does that even matter when I got the film that show you that I'm anybody 6'3" or 6'2"? I'm balling on them, so it really don't matter. So I always got that mindset like I don't care. Put me against them, and I'll show you that they don't matter. So it really don't bother me. I actually laugh a little bit, but I,
Mm.
I always show up, and that just the credit to how I take my game to the next level when I'm training. How I don't make an excuse for myself. How when I'm tired, I don't give myself a water break just because I'm tired. Like because I know it's gonna come a time in the game where I ain't gonna be able to get to that water, and it's just time to go and play.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we know that the nutrition and the diet and the exercise are very important.
Yes, man.
If not, it results in injury. Have you had to face any difficult injuries in the past?
The only difficult injury I faced, and it was prior to my senior year, was I tore my labrum muscle in my shoulder. I tore like a muscle in my shoulder, but it wasn't too bad. I got the surgery, and I was back in like 2 months, 3 months. So that was really only the major injury I've ever just experienced. Besides like a sprained ankle where I got to ice it, and I'm back the next week. But besides that, I only had my shoulder on my surgery on my shoulder. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yes, ma'am. That was it.
Good.
So, do you keep in contact with your friends and players and coaches from Mississippi?
Yes, ma'am. I do. I definitely do. I just had a couple teammates just text me talking about their season getting started, and my school got new jerseys. I was kind of a little mad about that, but you know how they go. They got new jerseys.
Mhm.
I was kind of rubbing it in my face, but it's all right. Yeah. So but I definitely have connection with my old teammates, old coaches. I have connection with teammates from JUCO, my coaches from JUCO. So yes, ma'am. I got all those connections.
Are
That's
any of them in the next level? And do you see yourself like working with them in the future?
Yes, ma'am. I actually one of my high school teammates, he's in the NFL right now for the Chicago Bears. His name Leon Jones. We
Nice.
and my college roommate at East Central Community College, he's in the NFL. Desmond Williams for the Seahawks. So I have I have people around me that could motivate me, that could put me on how getting to the professional league work, and I know they don't mind working out with me. So we could definitely get that done.
So I have a couple quick-witted questions for you, just because We here on the ATeam with RC like to ask some questions sometimes just to get to know the player that's behind the helmet, right? Not just for the player that plays the game.
Yes, ma'am.
So they're going to sound cheesy, but what is your favorite pizza and
Pepper,
where from?
pepperoni,
Where
pizza,
from?
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Yes, ma'am.
It is good. Amber, you got a couple?
Yeah, what's your favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show. I just started this show called Prison Break that I didn't know about.
Oh, that's a good one.
I ain't never seen it before, so I'm really locked in on it right now. But that's a good show. That's
That
a
is a good one.
good show.
Mm-hmm. And then what would you say is a fun family tradition that your family does on like holidays or events? Do you guys do anything as a family that's fun, that's kind of like a tradition?
Yes, ma'am. 4th of July. 4th of July, we barbecue, we pop fireworks all night, have a big fireworks show, ride 4-wheelers. Might play.
Oh, he'll be back in just a second.
No
He's
worries.
fun.
What's your big family tradition that y'all do?
Me?
Yeah.
I think he's coming back. We play bingo on Thanksgiving every year. I love that. And then my dad's side of the family at Christmas, when we go back to Iowa, we always do fun stuff too. I'll remove him until he
Nice.
comes back. Yeah, we always play games, and my dad's side's very competitive. You wonder
Hmm.
where I get it from.
Right,
So
right,
we compete for like, the Ployer side and then the Mertu side, and which Eric, y'all remember Eric from the bottom
right.
line. Yeah. Yeah. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
What do you do?
Well, my husband and I, we started a tradition. I'm not a big fan of Christmas, but he's trying to get me back into it because Christmas is for kids. And so what we're doing is we're getting Christmas ornaments from all of the places that we visit.
Mhm.
So every year we pull them out and think back of the memories that we travel while we hang them on the tree.
I love that. All right, he's back. Let's bring him back.
Sorry for the technical.
But
Oh, no, you're good.
Yes, ma'am.
technical difficulties. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. So the the family tradition, four-wheeling, 4th of July,
Yes,
when
ma'am.
we're doing the cookout, what's the number one food you have to have?
Fried chicken.
Hey.
I gotta have either fried chicken or some good ribs.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Them top two.
What kind
All
of
right.
fried chicken? Like spicy or just regular fried chicken?
Just regular. Just regular.
I love
I
spicy
don't
stuff.
really like spice until I get to eating wings and stuff. But if it's fried chicken, I just want it regular. I don't want nothing added to it.
Nice.
Yes, man.
Right. If you could have any car, what would it be?
A Rolls Royce.
Look at you being all fancy pants.
Yeah, man.
I'm digging that. Does that mean you're going to have a chauffeur for that Rolls Royce?
I don't know about all that. I just always just a little conversation with me and my boy from high school that I told you about, play for the Bears. We always just came up with that saying that we get us a Rolls Royce, we know we done made it in life, and we know we done did what we said we gonna do. So that's just been our little saying for a long time. So I always said I'm gonna get a Rolls Royce.
Dreams accomplished. I love it. I love it.
Yes, man.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. Hey, you know who has blue?
Yes, man.
Them Roughnecks have blue.
Yes,
Now, do
man.
you like a darker blue or you like a lighter blue? Are we thinking royal blue or are we thinking like baby blue?
Probably more royal. Probably more royal blue.
St. Louis has a team that's got blue.
Yes, man.
You know about that, don't you, Amanda?
Oh, yeah. A little too much sometimes.
Right, right.
What's your
So,
favorite pizza, Amber?
my favorite pizza?
Uh-huh.
I put a lot of stuff on my pizzas.
Yeah.
If I had to like pick pepperoni with black olives and mushrooms.
Oh, yeah, that is right. Yeah, that's right. All right. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, Detroit Lions have blue as well.
Is he going to change it? Would you change your hair color to blue, like the wide receiver of the Lions?
I don't think I'd do that, but I don't know.
No.
You never know what you'll do, but I don't think I'd do that though. I don't really.
If you were going to go to the Super Bowl, you're seriously going to tell me right now that you would not turn your hair blue.
Then in that case, I might. You see the Super Bowl make you do it. I might then.
Super Bowl made you do crazy things.
Yeah, I might then. That's different. Everybody can't experience the Super Bowl.
What's the last movie you watched?
The last movie I watched, I think it was a movie on Netflix with Halle Berry and Mark Wahlberg called The Union. I think it's a new movie. It's called The Union with Halle Berry and
Yes.
yeah, it was good.
I did see something about that the other day. It's on Netflix.
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
that's what I thought.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
those technical difficulties are contagious, man.
Yes, ma'am.
See, I told you you're not the only one.
Yes,
ma'am. Go ahead, Amber. I asked him a question. I asked him his last movie.
Man.
Last movie you watched.
So then it's Wednesday. You're on a woman show. Who is your woman crush Wednesday? Celebrity wise. We'll go celebrity, so we're not being too intrusive.
Oh, Making Good.
Okay. I like that one.
Making Good.
I can see it.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice.
So I have a question because we have a women's football team here in St. Louis called the Slam. Okay. So what are your thoughts about women playing the game of football?
I believe football isn't anybody can enjoy it. I mean, because dudes won't admit it, but if you find a girl that can throw the ball pretty far, we'd be amazed. Like, oh, she can really throw for real. So, I mean, football is a enjoyable sport for both male and female. I just feel like it shouldn't mix. Like, male shouldn't play female, female shouldn't play male. That's all. That's the only problem I say with it, cause
right.
I agree. There's safety issues behind that.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
yeah, no, I completely agree behind. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Trajan. Totally.
Yes, ma'am.
I agree too. Go ahead, Amber.
Favorite book.
Favorite book. My favorite book was The Hunger Games. Like I love The Hunger Games.
Really? Okay.
And I still watch that movie. So I still watch that movie, and that came out in like I want to say 2012. So yeah, The Hunger Games for sure. I like that whole scenario.
No Harry Potter?
Nah, I'm not really a big Harry Potter fan. I'm sorry.
Harry Potter is Star Wars with wands. That's all Harry Potter is.
And I wasn't a big fan of Star Wars.
Harry Potter. I don't do Harry Potter.
Yeah.
What?
No.
I'd rather do Harry Potter just ain't it for me.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I love Lord of the Rings. I love that. Lord of the Rings. I love
Star Wars.
Nah.
I don't get with that whole Jedi thing. All that was.
It's the Force. It's good and evil. What is wrong with y'all?
That's the only thing that came good out of Star Wars is that saying, "May the Force be with you." That's all I got. That's all I got from that.
It's the ultimate biography of Anakin Skywalker and the internal struggle between good and evil from within, whether the outside environment forces someone to be bad or if you still have good inside of you because of who you are and not what you're made of.
True.
Okay.
See, it's perfect.
I have a question for you. Going back to the showcase real quick.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you feel the showcase went? Like, did you feel like everything went very smoothly with everything that was being asked of you to do? How was that momentum when you were there?
I feel the showcase was great. The coaches, they was telling us what we was gonna do. It was punctual. It was up tempo. I feel like it was good. I really can't complain about the showcase because I've been other places. I've seen other places where like people complaining that they didn't start on time or they didn't do this on time. But The UFL, they definitely have a good thing going on with the people they got running it, and it was just a great showcase as a whole.
Right.
If there was something that they could improve upon, what do you think that would be?
Just I would say my biggest thing that I didn't like, but you got to show up and be ready for anything, is that we just did everything one time. Like I'd rather have two opportunities to run my 40 and two opportunities to do my L drill or whatever. But other than that, I really didn't have no problems with anything. And like I said, the game of football, you got to be ready for anything. So I was still prepared. I can't complain.
Yeah, I think the rain, the weather, we had some weather that kind
Yes,
of caused delays, and it did shorten up the showcase.
yes,
I think that if we had nice sunny weather, you probably would have had the opportunity. But I'm telling you right now, Trajan, you were more than phenomenal. You
yes.
stood out to all the right people, and we definitely talked you up as much as possible because I want to see you win the UFL.
Yes,
I
man.
want to see you in a Roughnecks uniform, but I definitely want you in the UFL. I think
Uh-uh.
you and the class of the young men that were there, we had some that were just kind of looking at them going, I don't think you did the right thing here, but there was quite a few. But the ones that did stand out, it just made you look that much better. So kudos to you on the hard work, on the effort, on all of the energy. We appreciate you coming out.
Yes,
Thank
man.
you for making the game of football an exciting one. Are there any last words that you want to give us?
I just thank y'all for this opportunity to get on the podcast and talk with y'all. I thank God for the opportunity. I thank God for the opportunity to even be in Houston for the showcase, the way it went, everything that comes with it, and I pray I'll be in the UFL in the coming months. And just thank y'all.
And where can people find you on your socials?
On Instagram you can find me at Trajan Anderson Watts, no spaces, and on Twitter you can find me at T Anderson Watts.
That's awesome. I really appreciate you coming on. And Anthony Beck, you better be watching this. Just saying.
Coach, CJ's got it. CJ's got it. I'm telling you.
Yes,
Well,
man.
Telling
either
you.
way, all coaches in the UFL truly are great. So no matter what, all teams are great too. So we wish you the best of luck
Thank
here
you.
from Fuel Sports Network and Amanda and Amber with ATeam Show. So with RC, we really appreciate you coming on, and we will be in touch with you soon for sure.
Hey, you better, no matter what, you make the NFL or anything in between, you better come and see us.
I
Do
will.
not forget us.
I won't. Thank y'all.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much. You have a
Have
wonderful evening.
you too.
Bye.
Talk about an amazing young
He's
man.
so great. I really
So
better
humble.
be a battle hawk.
Man, I'm telling when I say I talked him up, they must have thought that like something was going on because you couldn't get enough of him. His cuts, the way he kept his center of balance low and was able to just follow, and then that 40 in the weather, the wet turf, it is still like we didn't get the official times, but clocking him from the sidelines, definitely one of the best times that we clocked.
Mhm.
Always a pleasure. I enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing him. I really do. I hope he makes it. Fingers crossed.
I do too. And, like, I have to say this, just from us having a few guys on that have been trying out. I mean, truly get to know these players. Like, really, truly, because they're not just men that are behind a helmet. Okay. There's so much more to them and their passion for the game, but who they are as a person is so special. And I really do envy the coaches for getting to know these players the way that they do, because the family that you get out of it is just insane. It really
It
is.
it truly is. And again, a huge shout out to the higher ups with the Houston Roughnecks for letting us have that special sneak preview access in order to let the public know exactly what's going on. The transparency there is phenomenal. I know there's been a lot of big changes going on in the UFL. A lot of players have been cut. A lot of players have made it to the next level. I'm looking forward to seeing them. We saw some get. We just had a wide receiver from Houston get on with the Vikings. John Trey Kirkland with the Niners. There's been some huge moves, and I'm excited to see these players do what they do best and do what they love. It makes me so happy. And look at this. I get a follow-up text message from him. Thank you again for allowing me on the show. Amazing. Amazing. The
Welcome anytime.
professionalism, it's next level. You can't beat it.
I have this feeling. Can I just say this before we go out and you're gonna do your little
Oh yeah, we got to
thing.
do our educational moment, huh?
Yes. So the only thing that I have to say is because of the stadium at Memphis being basically demolished, I'm kind of wondering if we're going to get an old team that's coming back.
I don't know.
I'm really wondering.
But I will say,
really curious, or a new one for that matter.
I'm thinking a new one.
I think that would be great. I think that'd be something new, and I think that'd be great.
Well, and honestly, I think this upcoming season, this is going to be do or die for Coach Johnson with the Roughnecks, because we can't sit here and say that it's the Gamblers team in a Roughnecks uniform anymore.
We can't wait either.
I see that. Okay.
Cannot wait. All right, Amber, you take it away.
Are we ready for the ace? Amber's corner of education.
Take it away, my dear.
All right. So, ladies, gentlemen, and those who want to know some basic football definitions, acronyms, and just little tidbits of trivia, I'm here to give it to you. Just so you know, on the sidelines up the field, there's a special name for the hash marks that you see along the sidelines. Can anyone take a guess as to what it would be? Who do we got?
Educate us, Sabrina. Tell her. Educate us.
It is called the ladder. Believe it or not, those little hash marks on every sideline on both sides, they call it the ladder in order to be able to properly put the line of scrimmage in play for every 10 yards. It's been called the ladder since its inception of football. And that, my friends, is going to be the awesome little bit of trivia that I'm pretty sure the hubby doesn't know when you're sitting down watching the next football game.
And if you really want to catch him off guard, use it.
Yeah. They take that long skinny post wide out down the ladder of the field. Your hubby's gonna go, what? And then you can go, yeah, the sideline with the hash marks, that's called the ladder, dear. LADDER.
Well,
and that, my friends,
I have to say this one more thing before we go.
Go for it.
To all those San Antonio Brahmas fans out there, the fact that you do not have a home game against our St. Louis Battlehawks, I'm just going to say this. Sorry, not sorry. So on that note, we're going to go.
I will tell you this much, though. I think the Battlehawks are the lucky ones because they don't have to face the defeat on the home field. That's a defense that you can't mess with. I'd love to see the Battlehawks offense go against the Brahmas defense. That's football at its finest right there for the UFL. It really, truly is. With that being said, guys, I am Amber. That right there is Amanda. We are the A-Team. Thank you for joining us here at the Fuel Sports Network. And we look forward to seeing you guys next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Tell your friends to find us on the FUEL app, on your Fire Stick, and on your Roku devices. Tune in next week. We'll see you then, guys. Have a great time.
Bye.